We're moving right along in Mission 2, so now let's do an overview of lessons 10 through 12. In these lessons, students are going to learn to multiply multi-digit whole numbers by decimal numbers using the area model. So in the last group of lessons, we were learning how to multiply multi-digit numbers using the area model. Now we're going to throw a decimal in. Some of the things that you should expect to see is things like estimating the product. Something like 4 and 1/10 times 226. When you estimate that product, we can say that's 4 times 200 and get about 800. You will also be asked to solve multiplication problems using an area model, and you'll be asked to solve word problems involving multiplying multi-digit whole numbers by a decimal number. So we're going to take a problem like 13 times 3 and 12/100ths. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to estimate. That's what these little squiggly equal signs mean. It means about. So we're not going to come up with an answer. We're going to come up with the about answer. And that's going to help us understand if we got the right answer. So 13 is about 10 times 3.12. 1's lower than the halfway mark, so 3 is going to stay the same. 10 times 3 is 30. So 13 and 3 times 3 and 12/100ths is going to be about 30. So that's what we're going to be looking for our answer. So let's set up an area model. So first of all, we have 13. That's a 2-digit number. We have a tens place and a ones place. So 10 and 3. When we add that together, we get 13. Then we have 3 and 12/100ths. So let's put all of that in the hundredths place. 3 and 12/100ths is 312/100ths if we were looking at this in unit form. So let's stick with that. 300 plus 10 plus 2. Now we're going to multiply. We are going to multiply 300 times 3. Well, 3 times 3 is 9, through 2 zeros, so it's 900. 300 times 10. 3 times 1 is 3, and 1, 2, 3 zeros. We're going to move over to this column. 10 times 3 is 3 with 1 0, and 10 times 10 is 1 with 2 zeros. Last column, 3 times 2 is 6, and 10 times 2 is 20. Now, when we add these together, we're going to say 900 plus 30 plus 6. So a 9 in the hundreds place, 3 in the tens, 6 in the ones. Then we're going to say 3,000 plus 100 plus 20. So 3,120. Then we can add those numbers together. And remember, we're in the hundredths place, and hundredths is 2 decimal places, so I need 2 decimal places. So my decimal is going to go right there. So 13 times 3 and 12/100ths is 40 and 56/100ths. All right, so now let's look at this using the standard algorithm. Remember, standard algorithm is just setting it up to do the step-by-step procedure. We're going to go to our ones place first, ignoring our tens, and we are going to put our first product in the ones place. So 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. Next, we're going to go to the tens place. So we have nothing in the ones. We've already used the ones place up. So the product needs to be 1 times 2 has to go in the tens place. 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 times 3 is 3. And then we add those together. And then 1, 2 decimal places, 1, 2, and we wind up with the same answer. And when we look back to our estimation, 10 times 3 is 30, well, we're off by 10, But 40 and 56 hundredths is not that far from 30 to not say this is a reasonable answer. And we probably did this correctly. Things to do at home. We need to practice our multiplication facts. We're using those again in this mission, and they're incredibly important. Let's bring PE into it, though. Take one of the balls that they sent you, like the kickball or something, and bounce the ball. And practice saying, say, multiples of 8 with each bounce. So you bounce the ball, you say 0. Bounce the ball, you say 8. Bounce it again, 16. Bounce it again, 24. 32. 40. 56. 64. 72. 80. We should also practice these backwards. 80, 72, 64, 56, 40, and so on. You get the idea. You can practice this with more than just 8s. Practice with 7s. Go back and practice 5. Skip counting by 5. If you're not feeling successful, try one that you're really good at. And then try one that you're not so good at. If you're really good at 2s, though, let's not practice 2s. Let's practice the ones we don't know. Another way to practice is when you're in the grocery store. You can estimate in the grocery store. When you get to the produce department and you see the watermelons, maybe they each cost $2.99 each. And so you can ask your student, how much would it cost if I bought 7? So really this is 7 times $2.99, but that's about 7 times 3, which is 21. All right, guys, so you have lessons 10, 11, and 12 to do with this. Multiplying with decimals. If you need any help, you know how to get in touch with me. Message me, call me. We can do individual live sessions if we need to. If not, then I will see you in live session on Monday. Have a great day.